Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Deeper Than Skateboarding podcast. I am your host, Kai Realer, and we are in the mobile studio, aka my Honda Element, sitting outside, just people watching. It's late night, kind of sitting and watching dog walkers and crackheads. It's Long Beach. What you gonna expect? It's late. But I hope everybody's doing good. You know? I feel like as I go on and go on and go on, I realize the number one thing I notice from talking to my friends is mental health is the strongest topic. In some sense of the word. Man, we are all going through it. I can't stress it enough. I mean, when I say all, you listening to this, shit, you going through it. I'm going through it. Your neighbor's going through it. Your coworker's going through it. Your homie you skate with is going through it. I'm feeling like we have to all learn and hold each other with the amount of grace that we all wish we had. We got to really work on that. Because it looks like this shit is falling apart. It is. It's rough. I talk to a lot of you. If you're listening to this, you're probably my friend. Because why else would you listen to me talk? And I get it. Life is rough. Like, I don't know. I don't lie about my life. It's pretty straightforward. It's me, my dogs, my lady. It's pretty much every day. Go to work. Pretty basic, Work out, and go skate with my friends. But that's what you see. Realize you're seeing people's highlight reels, man. That's what you're seeing, like everybody's. You're seeing people's highlight reels. Try talking to people. It's wild. I went home recently and it's funny. I was just skating a little spot by my old house in South Philly. And one of my friends rolled up. Young kid. He's cool. One of the younger guys, really good on a board. And I'm talking to him and I'm like, man, his dad just died. And I'm like, wow. Changes you. Felt for this dude. I'm not gonna lie. I feel for him right now. Because my dad died. He died when I was out here. That's some crazy shit. Try being 3,000 miles away from your pops. You can get a phone call like that. Trust me, it's great. So, to the homie who lost his dad, that hug I gave you was real. And I did cry. And I'm crying right now. So, sorry to kind of bum out the beginning of this episode, but you know what? It's just life. Just talking about life. That's what this podcast is about. You're going to get a lot more of this. Because you know what? It's real. Just is. So thank you for sticking with me. Because I'm going to give you the real me. Let's go.
Everybody dance like this way.
Anyway, we're going to cut to it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Deeper Than Skateboarding podcast with myself and my brother Amo. And we are in remote locations. Myself, I am inside an 03 Honda Element parked somewhere in Long Beach. If you know, you know. And my man Amo is wherever he at. Don't worry about where he at. And that's what's up. So what's going on, man?
I'm in a different dimension, man. I'm in a different dimension, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, brother. You know, we up, man. It's so beautiful to really just be alive, man. You know, I saw a buddy of mine, bro, fellow skateboarder, recently, and I had mentioned it to Tony Christopher.
Okay.
Right now, Tony.
Yeah, that's right. You said you saw him out skating. Go ahead. That's always the
best.
best.
Yeah, I saw him out skating in downtown, and it was really cool because it was this one like nanny spot. I think I saw Eric Carson like skated years ago, or maybe it was Brian Herman or some shit.
Okay.
And then they covered it all with rocks, you know, and so
Bastards.
that clearly made it. Them damn bastards. But something happened where I guess the business that was there shut down, so you know no one's really there. So they clear out all the rocks and rebuild the spot. So
nice.
Anywho,
We up.
I randomly saw my guy, you know, as I was coming from work yesterday, and I was like, nah, that's Tony, little Tony. No way, dude. I bust a bit, and I come into the parking lot. Everyone's looking at me. I think I told you the one homie from Florida too, D'Lo, I think is his name.
Oh, John DiLorenzo.
Yes,
fellow East Coaster.
East Coast.
That's right.
All those guys was out there, and I was like, "Yo, Tony." He's like, "Junior." I hadn't seen him. He told me. He reminded me. I hadn't seen him in 15 years.
Whoa.
15 years. Because mind you, outside of this year that I've been back into, skateboarding and everything, it had been about 13, maybe even more years since I had, really been just skating or just up to date with everything. I didn't even know that 10th AM was going on, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's about to pop off in like a day or so.
Yeah, man, and my boy gonna be out there, but it was so wild because as I've talked on the podcast before, like that was my thing. I was just like, I'm gonna get all the boys sponsored and get them the right pictures and the right video stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Get them to the local magazines, and all right, let's make sure niggas know who you are, go to the competitions, get the boxes and everything like that. And
yeah, secure the bag.
Secure the box. Secure the box in this case, but then secure the bag.
I know before it was secure the box. Now the kids are trying to secure the bag. They're like, we ain't even worried about the box. We want that bag. I'm like, Jesus, these kids are about that money. They don't care about no kind of sponsors. They want that bag.
They want that bag.
Yeah, they're smart now. They're like, you read their Instagram bio, it just says athlete. They're not claiming nothing.
But honestly, and that was something that I really pushed. I was just like, man, like let's really be professionals and really go about it like that. And to see my brother, alive and well and happy.
That's a blessing right there.
It was such a blessing because it made me feel like, man, for whatever time I was in my brother's life, like I did something positive because he's still here, he's still happy, but like whatever amount it was, like that's what's up, like
Yeah.
and and after that, I cried a little bit because I was just so happy. I was just so happy,
Yo,
to
you know
see
what?
one of my little bros like still at it.
I just real.
And he's a grown ass man. He's 30. He's 30
Hey,
now.
you
He's a
supposed
grown
to.
ass man.
You still supposed to applaud someone's accomplishments. I always, hey, I learned that whenever you applaud somebody's accomplishment, that's like putting change in a wishing well. Like that's literally what you're doing. That's like every time that you're in somebody's corner like that, that's literally what you're doing. You're just piling in change to a wishing well. And it comes back, the universe will cash you out. So it's like the fact that you felt some type of way that he was doing good, that just says something about your character. You gonna stay blessed because you want to see somebody else get ahead. It's like,
I want to see all my brothers get ahead, man.
yeah, that's
And
the
it was
thing.
up to me.
Yeah, it's like, teamwork makes a dream work, and they also say that you can get somewhere by yourself faster, but you can get there better with together. Rising tides will lift all boats that way. So it's sick. I like that. That's why I mean, I wasn't big on going to skate functions. I moved out to California, and it's funny. I don't really care to go to them, but then I realized I'm like, man, now I gotta go and just check on my brothers. You get to look at them in their
Bro,
face. So it's like when you see people out in the wild like that, that's a blessing, man. I love it.
so beautiful, man.
What's
It's
his
so
name? Shout him out. What's his name?
Yeah, absolutely. Tony Christopher, man. Tony Christopher, Swampness Monster on Instagram.
Hey,
Yeah,
shout out
man.
Tony Christopher.
My dog, man. Him and Donovan and a whole bunch of the other homies, man. A lot of a lot of great times, man. A lot of great memories. Just going out there. Now he's up in the Bay with another couple youngins that I was really just pushing and
Mm-hmm.
everything up there. Shout out my homie Tony, awesome out. Like such, he's always been like just so naturally gifted, man. And, he's up there around with him, and shout out my cousin Dre too. You know what I'm saying? He's out here really pushing the music and doing his thing. I'm just happy to see like all my little bros like they still out here and they're happy. They're
Yeah.
happy and they're shining and they're still skating. It's that brotherhood. It's that brotherhood that we was talking about before,
Big
man.
facts. Big
It's something
facts.
about it.
Yeah.
It's really something about it.
Yeah.
Like
That's what.
I remember we went to go see the Halloween Hellbomb thing. Was it this past weekend or was it
Jesus.
last weekend?
Yeah, and that was another one too, because speaking of seeing somebody you haven't seen, I saw my dude from, listen, I used to go to Boston a bunch, and God, I haven't been back there for 15 years, and I saw my homie that, like, I used to stay on his floor all the time. I saw that dude shooting photos in Long Beach at the Halloween Hellbomb. I was like, dog, I haven't seen you in forever, so same deal, looking good and healthy. Shout out my homie Dave Mount, who let me sleep on his floor for years. And I'll tell you what, I have a funny story. It's not even embarrassing. I mean, I guess why to be embarrassed? But I'll just tell it. So when I was in my early 20s, I got on Darkstar and got the call.
Let's go.
Well, here's the thing.
Darkstar.
This was back when you used to send sponsor me tapes out and shit. So I used to send out tapes. I wanted to be on Darks. That was it. And I got the call from Chet. That boy Chet called me. And I remember
Chet Thomas.
Chet Thomas. Shout out Chet Thomas. I still got a pair of silver globes at the crib on ice. But he called. That fool called me up. And I was freaking out. I remember running down the street yeah. And then the crazy part was, yo, this was back. See, I came from an era where how, when you go out and skate now, every kid is good. I mean, no matter where you go,
Yeah,
you can go to the
they're
driveway
all
down the street.
hoopers.
Every single kid you come across is pretty damn good. It wasn't like that growing up. When I was a kid, there was only a few good kids. And if you're one of the lucky kids who was good enough, you got sponsored. And so it was easy to spot. So somebody thought I was half decent and I got sponsored. That was the thing. It's not like it now. Like, so when they sent us boxes of stuff, they sent me a box that was my first box from Darkstar was like the biggest box I've ever seen in my entire life. I remember my homie called me, that dude Dave, who I'm talking about, he called me from the shop. He's like, you gotta come get this thing. I had to put it on a skateboard and wheel it on the train. I was like, oh my God. I was so hyped. I was Darkstar. Anybody that knows me when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, I was Darkstar for life. I swear to God.
I'm not gonna lie, like you really like you fit that. Like, I
Yo,
could see
I
that.
was such a fan of that shit. And when I was a kid, I used to pay $45 a set for those wheels. I did not care. I saw that one little promo and Rodney versus Day One. I was like, oh, I'm getting on this thing. And I had the yellow shirts and everything. I did not care. I wore everything in the box that they sent me, and I was the biggest fan. And I remember I had a chance to be in the video because they were going to do like a little wheel thing. And I was so excited.
Oh,
Yo, I was so excited. I started filming and doing everything. And I sent Chet all this footage. At the very end, he's like, nah, they pulled the plug on it. Not too many people sent footage. And I was like, shit. I said, do I still get a chain? He was like, click.
nah.
Yo, one time, I don't even care because he'll never hear this. Yo, one time I called him. That fool thought I was Windsor James. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear on everything. And then on top of that, and this will never get back
But
to either one of
doesn't
them.
Windsor have like a significantly higher pitched voice?
Yo, it gets even better. On top of that, that son of a bitch used the song from my I sent him a sponsor me tape, like not a sponsor me tape, but like you send them, like this was a time we used to send tapes, like follow-up tapes. I sent him a follow-up tape of like footage, and they used the song in my tape for Windsor's fucking part.
Oh my God.
I swear to God, I swear on everything. They use the same
That's
exact
probably why he
song.
thought you were Windsor. That's
I was
probably
like,
why he
this is
thought.
insane. I never got my Darkstar chain. I'm still salty. I ain't gonna lie, low key. And then on top of that, even worse, I was gonna get a tattoo. I swear to God, I was gonna get a tattoo. And this idiot Bruce I work with at my job, I worked at a skate park. This goon got the Darkstar tattoo on his arm, and he was the biggest kook I've ever met in my life. I was like, never. I was like, I'm glad you got it because I'm never doing it. And that's my Darkstar story. And I still have wheels left over because those things don't ever die, and you can't trade them anywhere because it's just like no one wants those things. So if anybody wants some Darkstars, DM me. I still got some left. Lightning cores, all that shit. I don't even care. Yo, I swear to God, I gave a set away as a Christmas gift. I was like, here. My friend was like, where'd you get these things? I said, I still got tons of these at the house. It's like
so
they're like
crazy.
riding on gravel. I don't know how the hell I was riding those things. They're the hardest wheels. No wonder I have foot problems. They were the hardest wheels ever. But then now that I think about it, as I say this, I didn't notice because I had them puffy ass S's on at the same time, so nobody even knew.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Man.
If you ride hard wheels, you got hard
Them
wheels.
damn near Osiris D3 Johns.
Yeah,
man.
I got them hard wheels, and then I'm rocking them squishy ass S's. I'm all set. So,
Like what?
yeah,
What is board field?
I was Darkstar gang. I was so excited.
That's so wild because it's just so nostalgic, man. It brings up memories of I really hope I pronounced the brother's name properly because I really tried learning how. Galea
Oh,
Momolo.
Galea Mamalu, yo,
Mamalu,
that
I was
dude.
close. I was close. Oh my
That
God.
dude is so dope on a skateboard. I still follow him on
I feel like
Instagram.
nobody gives him his flowers. Like he was one
Antoine
of the
does.
first, like really
Antoine
techie.
said that he backed it. Like Antoine was like, "That's where I get it from." Is that dude? I'm like, I believe it.
I could see it now
Yeah.
that I heard that from
Oh,
him. Like, that's
100%. You
hands
can see
down.
it. He just
Literally.
took Galay's style. He was like, "Listen, you look good, but watch this." He said, "I'm gonna sprinkle a little dopeness on top," and he was like, "Bet."
But he was one of the first dudes to be doing like nollie big spin back lips down rails and
Nollie heel front
flip
boards
front
on
lips.
rails, bruh.
nollie heel front boards, like like I think even like big flip front boards, like nollie flip board slides. Like he was one of the first dudes I remember
Yeah.
ever doing shit like that.
Yeah, that was sick,
Like
dude. I was so hyped on that
really
guy.
think of anyone
Oh
else.
yeah. I was super hyped on
Mm.
that dude. His song and everything. He killed it. That Darkstar part, I'm about to put that on my little iPad right now and just watch that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, he was
It was
dope.
wild too, bro. It was wild being at the Halloween Hellbomb. That was the first time I met freaking Bam. It was so dope to see
Oh
him out there,
shit.
bro.
I forgot he was
Like that shit
there.
was so dope, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the little freaking
Oh
teenager
my
inside of me.
god.
Like I was walking by him and I was like, don't say anything. You a grown ass man.
No,
And then
he's
I
cool.
literally just circled back and I
He's
was just
super
like,
cool.
yo, Bam, man, dope to see you out here, my boy. And he was hyped to, like
Yeah, I mean, you don't get
it
as
was
far
dope.
as he is being a complete dick. I mean, you can be a dick after you get to where he's at, but you can't be that way. And no, he was cool.
Nah.
The funny thing about Bam, here's the funny thing is about Bam could like, I mean, I don't know about now, but like at the time, like homie could skate. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like he might have like goofed around, did all that dumb shit, but like he actually could get busy on a board and.
And he
Like,
had his own style.
yeah, and all that FDR shit is hard. Like he just like kind of cruised around, did all that like he made it look real easy. But if you ever went there at that time, you're like, I'm not doing any of that stuff. And he was pretty good in the streets too. So, I mean, but he got so popular he couldn't skate. Like you know what I mean? I saw him at
He
Love.
didn't have time.
Well,
Yeah.
I saw him at Love one time, and I'll never forget it. Like it was just people were just all like, you know what I mean? He was so popular that he couldn't even skate. So I'm like, well, that must suck, but I'm glad he's getting his life together, man. Bam was sick. I had a bunch of his audios. I was at the first CKY premiere.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the very first one. I remember somebody got hurt trying to drop in on a couch. Like,
Oh my god.
like someone had a
I can't even
couch.
try to imagine that.
Like
How do you
there
try
was
to
a,
drop in on
it was at Boards and Blades, and yeah, it was at this skate park.
Boards and Blades?
Yeah, it's a
Oh my
skate park
God,
called
there were
Boards and
so many
Blades.
Boards and Blades.
And sure as shit, I think it was that dude, Chris Aspete or something. But they had a couch on a vert wall, and homie tried to drop in on it. Didn't go so well. But it was sick though. I still have the ticket. I still actually have the ticket from the premiere. It's probably worth a bunch of money.
Freaking CKY, freaking Jackass things.
I
Bro.
liked all
Like,
that stuff. It
those
was
were-
funny. His neighbors hated him.
It's,
He lived in
it's
a regular neighborhood.
nostalgic now.
His neighbors hated him for that shit. Like it wasn't like a funny thing out here.
No,
Like-
how could it be? Like all the freaking like
All the
flamethrowers
attention.
and,
Yeah, they don't want
like
that.
rock bands.
It's funny
and
to watch.
fucking, like,
Yeah, but if you live there, you'd
Come on.
hate it. You'd be like, okay, this dude is doing the most.
because you'd never get any sleep. Because that town looks like it before Bam was a sleepy town. It looks
Yeah.
like it was.
It's just a quiet area in Westchester, and he got to it. So no, but he's always been cool. He skated a skate park before. He's cool, man. Good guy. I sincerely hope he's cleaning himself up. Like it might be like the
It's
50th
rough,
time he's
dude.
trying, but hey, I look at it like this: as far as anybody like getting their life together, man, people are gonna shit on you regardless. So you just focus on you. That's the key thing. If you're getting your life together and you're really focused on that, then just focus on that. And if anyone's shitting on you because you messed up 6 other times, it's like, whatever, man. Like, you don't need them anyway. It sounds like really rough and raw to say, but it kind of is like that because everybody.
No, it is true.
Because who's
'Cause
perfect?
We're not perfect.
Yeah, who the hell is perfect out there that's sitting there being like, oh, you messed up this time, I'm going to help you out. It's like, all right, well, then don't then. Fine, bye. I'm still going to go for this. You know, so if Bam's really out there trying to get his life together and he's skating again, or even he's not skating, just a lot of times I tell people, just come out. Like, just be a part of what we're doing. Like, you don't got to be skating. There's so many pros I've ran into living out here that I'm like, wow, you were my favorite pro growing up. And not that, like, you know, it was like a bad experience, but I'll tell some of them, like, because I'm like, yo, people just want to see you out. Like, that's it. That's it. We just want to see. Rest in peace, I told Gabriel Rodriguez that he used to come to to Jaquan sometimes and just kind of pull up and chill. And I was like, yo, you should just do this. Like, we want this. Like, just pull up and share stories and just be here. Just be a part of this. You know, and it's, yeah, skateboarding.
That's the brotherhood of it.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
the fraternity.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to come a time where shit, I'm not going to be up there skating. I can't do everything, you know, but I'm still going to be up there pulling up, you know, sharing stories, watching the young kids. It's like, we need all that. So if anybody's like feeling some type of way, it's like, yo, we don't give a shit that you can't fulfill your part from when it was like 10 years ago. Who cares? Who really cares? That is the dumbest thing ever. Like, as I get older, I realize that is the dumbest thing ever, to be wrapped up with like what you can't do anymore. You know, I mean, still push yourself.
It's kind of like the star quarterback thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy who like he peaked in high school and he was just star QB and he got the winning, touchdown and everything like that. And just like reliving that instead of like, oh fuck that, man. Let's have some beers and just fucking watch some
you can still be involved with it, but
maybe
it's like
coach.
Yeah, it's like some people get so enamored. Hey, I get my moments where I get frustrated that there's plenty of stuff I can't do anymore. But I also put everything into perspective. It doesn't give me a pass where I don't try. I just understand, and I'm like, okay, look, I'm 42 years old. What am I supposed to be doing right now? You know, I know guys that are half my age that can barely walk straight, and I'm still trying to learn how to do a solid switch flip. It's like, that's fine. You know, it's like,
true,
but I don't treat it like, oh my god, I gotta try and film this clip and get sponsors. Like, bro, I'm 42 years old. Like, get sponsored for what? Go buy your own damn boards. And that's another thing too. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say this, and oh yeah, because this just made me think of something. Because I am so tired of this shit. All right, everybody, I'm gonna tell you something. This is gonna be a rough one. If you were sponsored before and you're not sponsored now, go get a job and go buy your own shit. Don't go on Instagram. Don't go on Instagram and talk about how somebody owes you something and all this shit, man. Just whatever. Like it's not. I get so tired of seeing that shit. Go buy a board. I'll buy you a board if you just stop bitching on there. Like, oh my God. Sometimes I see some of that shit, or even I hear some people how they act about like what they deserve, and I'm like, yo, who cares? Every time. This is some reason that should wrap some of you idiots up here. Every time that you get a box of shit and you're not really skating, then there's a kid out there who is skating who's getting less because of your dumb ass. Also, you can floss in front of your stupid ass friends. Like, all right, congratulations. You know team managers. I know every damn team manager. And guess how many of them I call for shit? 0. Because I have a job. It's like, whatever, man. I understand. I have friends that are sponsored. Guess how much shit I ask them for? Nothing. Because I understand that they worked for that stuff, or they should be at least. It's not free. Like, it's, oh God, it gets on my nerves sometimes. It just does. Like, I'll see that. Like, dog, you're grown. How old are you? You can't go buy a board? Then go. You can't go, you should be really thinking about that. You over your age of 30, you can't go buy a board. Then you got a bigger problem. Don't go on Instagram and be like, these people owe me something, man. I was back in the day. I was doing this. All right, okay, cool. We love you. Thank you. But go get a job.
On the inverse, right? I'll play devil's advocate. On the inverse, maybe it's also not a bad thing to kind of look at it in the way that like hip hop should be looking at their pioneers. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I understand. No. You're right. I know where you're going with. I know where you're going with that. But now here's the thing. That's fine, and there's companies that do that. But if you got to get on the internet and start talking about like, oh, y'all need to be helping me out and all this shit, that's where it bothers me. You know what I mean? Like, don't
go. What if their life got to a point where if that's literally their last resort? What if it is? What if that's literally their last resort?
That's
like they made so many bad decisions, or maybe they were blackballed for whatever reason, or You know what I'm saying? Like different things happened,
I get,
drugs.
yo, you know what? And I fully get that, and that occurs a lot. But even still, it's like, okay, then go deal with that person. You know what I mean? Like people will air grievances out on Instagram, and that's the dumbest shit ever. Like it really is. That's some corny shit. I'm sorry. Like it
Would it
real.
be better for them to air it out on Slap Forum?
No, oh my god, that is the worst shit
Dude, that
ever.
shit is comedy, bro.
Yo,
I really
slap
be like
form is for people that
rooting
have never
through
been
Slap,
punched in
dude.
the
I really
mouth.
do.
No, I'm gonna say. You know what it is? I'm gonna say this
It's
right
a
now.
guilty pleasure, bro.
Slap form is for people that have never been punched in the mouth before. That's what it is. That's dead ass serious
Oh
because
my
there's
god.
plenty of people on that slap message board that would never say that shit to anybody. I know this to be true. I know this to be true. And it's like, yeah, I talk shit like anybody else, but man, slap y'all some goons over there. Unless you're a shot. A shot got the golden pass.
He
A
always does.
shot
He always
and
does.
Kevin Bradley could do no wrong. It's two people in life. Because the shot does the
Nah,
most and Kevin Bradley parties the most, and we all love both of them. So who cares? But everybody else
it's
can get
true.
it. They give it to everybody else. And the worst is when you see pros on there and you know who it is, and they're on there really putting it out there, like really, really getting upset. Like you're an adult, man. How you got time for that shit? Like some of that
I
stuff
don't
gets me.
know,
Some of that
bro.
stuff gets me so heated when it's like a pro, like a famous dude, like famous in our own realm. Like I'm like, really? Maybe if you spent more time on your board and less time on your real board and less time on the message board, you'd be better at your career. It's like, yeah,
It's
how
true.
about that? Oh my
It's
god,
true.
yeah,
It's still comedy though. It's still lit.
oh yeah, because I will say there are so many moles that will just air out people's business on there, and it's true. Like it's a lot of it. A lot of that I will say. A lot of that is true. It's just like they'll tell something early. You're like, oh, that's dirty. Like,
Oh no, you hear all the early shit.
yeah, you're like,
I knew
ooh,
I knew Reynolds was on New Balance
oh
like way
yeah.
before.
People are taking pictures and shit. I'm like, man, the internet is just wrong.
That shit is crazy. But you know, the internet is undefeated because like,
Facts.
you know, the thing is, and not to make it on like a more solemn note or anything like that, but you know, recently we lost yet another rapper, Takeoff, you know, from the Migos in like a not an idiotic could have been not
Yeah,
done way.
I'm such an old man, but I do know. I just realized that Migos was more than one person. I thought it was one person. So
Stop it!
that's where I'm at.
Stop
I
it!
swear to God, I thought it was one person.
Stop it! Oh my god!
I was like, who the hell is Takeoff?
Yo, yo, Migos, yeah, he's a good
I mean,
rapper.
no disrespect, I didn't know. I honestly, they all sound exactly the
That's
same to me.
funny.
So I was like,
No, no,
there's,
no, no, no. You're not wrong there.
yeah,
You're not
I
wrong
was
there.
like, there's more than one.
But the thing is though, the beautiful thing is though, they started that style that everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody took that style from them
Hey,
before
look,
you
hey,
know
I
some
mean, I
people
nod my
did.
head when they on. Like, I feel bad they lost one of their own. I would have never have known, and I'm like, that's a shame. Like, it really is, man.
Yes.
That shit is
But the thing
nonsense.
about the internet though, the thing about the internet, there's this guy called DJ Academics, and he does this live stream and everything, and then he has I think they're called chat boys or whatever the fuck it is, and just his chat and everything, and like he was watching the video because unfortunately another thing about the internet, everything gets on there, bro. So the actual like aftermath of what happened, and I think even some of the security footage of it actually happening, wound up all over Twitter. This time, thankfully, I did not open up Twitter,
Oh my
and
god.
like yeah, everybody saw it,
Why
bro, and
would
like
anybody
his
film that? And why would anybody watch that?
because the internet is a sick fucking place. We were just discussing this about old pros going off, right? So we're talking about shit that's like unnecessary and everything. But yeah, the kind of good thing, I guess, is that they immediately found everybody who was involved there.
Well,
Like,
they would
yo,
have
who's this
to.
person? What type of Jordans were they wearing? All right, what's the haircut? Yo, find this person's Instagram. All right, yo, here's this person's Instagram. Here's this person's Twitter. All right, yo, here's where this person lives. Here this person works. Like, like it was crazy, bro.
They found the
It
person.
was
They found the
crazy.
person who did it.
They found the person before the cops did.
What?
In the live stream. The live stream was like 4 hours. They found the person who killed him before the cops did.
Oh my God.
It's crazy, bro. The internet's undefeated. It has so much negative shit, but also like shit like that can happen too. You know, people can come together and find a freaking murderer in 4 hours.
Jesus. Oh my God. I mean, it's still, hey, find him or not, it's just like another man died, you know? That's just ridiculous, though.
And I'm gonna say it, another black man died, another rapper died. Like over the past 4 years, like coming up in your generation, like y'all boys had Biggie and Tupac, and maybe like a handful of other guys that maybe I don't know about. But like, bro, this generation, like
I don't
literally
want
like 40 people, like 40 people in the past 4 years.
to, you know, and I don't want to hear it about like, well, actually, you know what it is? It's, we're killing ourselves, man. And that's the craziest part. It's like, I'm 42 years old. I ain't never had a problem with the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well,
like I'll keep it
you know
100.
what it is, bro? You know what it is? Is media, bro. It comes down to media and what's pushed, you know, and what's actually platformed. And the beautiful thing is, though, that there's so many more now, like brothers and sisters that are being born into wealth, whether that's just regular old middle class or upper middle class or upper class. There's so many more that, you know, things are changing. That's why there's been recently conversations about like, oh, the generation is getting soft, and where's all these types of people coming around that weren't around back in my time, and this, that, and the third. And it's because there's more opportunities for people to just be themselves in a more authentic way and not feel the pressure of what is being forced down their throats from just a select few channels on the television and on the radio. Now, it's reaching a crazy peak, but honestly, I really feel like a lot of this street rap shit, I feel like rap is dying. I feel like people are not hyped on it as much anymore. And it's kind of crazy because I look back and I feel like that time of when like DGK and LRG and you know when that time of when hip hop and skateboarding just really collided and reached a peak, all that stuff with hip hop where there were so many different types of people involved. It wasn't just street rap. Um, at the forefront, I feel like it's just it's just really flaring. Like it's dying, bro. It's dying, but it's not going out without a fight. That's why everything we drill. I don't know if you know about drill rap, but it's like
What
mega
rap? I'm
violent.
sorry. You said, did you say
Drill
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 rap?
rap.
Is that like
Drill
drummers
raps.
and like, what's that? I don't know.
So so a quick TLDR. Drill rap started out with Chief Keef in Chicago. You may have heard a track remixed by Kanye called "Don't Like." That's the shit I don't like.
I
I
like that.
believe that
That's a
was
cool
back in
song. I get hyped on that one.
2014,
I
if
be in
I'm
the
not
gym, be like,
mistaken.
that's that shit I don't like. I be getting all hyped.
Yeah, so that was a remix of an original Chief Keef track. So a lot of that music, I believe, again, it was in 2014. That was coming out of the drill scene. A lot of young babies really on fucking house arrest and just shooting their own videos and then throwing it on World Star Hip Hop, and it just became a whole no real shit. Like Chief Keef was a baby
I had a friend on
on
house
house
arrest. I
arrest.
had a friend on house arrest growing up, and he was never in the house. Dead ass serious. Like, hey, look, my friends know who I'm talking about, and he was never in the house. This fool was always out. Like, he was actually like
Like
the
what did he
most.
do? Did he put butter on the
He
freaking
was
wrist
like the most
on the
out
ankle
dude.
monitor?
No, no,
Like
no. He's just out with it on.
that's
Like, just
crazy.
out.
It couldn't be
Like,
me.
out with it on. I was like, bet.
Couldn't be me.
He was
That's wild,
always out.
bro.
I mean, always out. It wasn't like, oh, it was like, no, he was there first. Like, if we was,
And I would be ashamed, bro. I would be ashamed. I wouldn't want nobody to see me with no damn ankle monitor. But that's just me.
Nah, he just was like, all right, like, it gonna do what it do. I said, they gonna lock your
but
dumb ass up, but all right.
but yeah, so the drill music it really started back then in Chicago, and then over the past couple of years, it made its way to like England and like the Middle East and Australia and Russia and all these different places, and then it just started getting much more violent, and then it made its way to New York, and then it just and Jacksonville, Florida, and freaking all these different places and so many dudes have been dying behind it. Like they'll make songs. There's a song from I believe it's a Jacksonville rapper. The entire song, nothing rhymes. It's just literally naming off like 50 dead people and making fun of them. Yeah, this nigga died, and that nigga was found in the dirt, and this like literally
That
like
doesn't
50
seem very
people.
nice.
That's an entire freaking track. An entire track of just naming 50 dead people and making fun of them. It's the craziest, most
I feel like
sickest
people just
shit,
lack
bro.
respect, and it just goes to show that right there just further lets me know. First off, that just shows that whoever is doing that follows no G code because you don't act like that. I know some real G's who would never do something like that. So all this stuff is just semantics because from what it sounds like, people act like that until those people show up. Until
Yeah.
some, like, everybody wants to be a gangster until some gangster shit happens.
Well, no, that's what happens. They'll do that stuff and then they'll die behind it. And
Yeah,
then
and it's like now
it
what you got to
happens
show
and it
for it.
happens and it happens.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the
nothing, but it keeps happening, bro. It keeps happening. Like there's so many rappers that nobody's even really ever like. I will go on this, No Jumper. I don't know if you ever heard of that,
I have heard of
but
them.
it's this. So they'll like literally every other day they will name a rapper that I have never fucking heard of. Oh, little Hussein Obama has died and been shot, and I'm just who the fuck is? And he's 17. I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
right?
it's that shit is so sad. It really is. That like even just to hear about this, I'm like, what? I'm so out the loop. Drill rap. I'm like, and then that it's like,
Yeah.
what are we doing, man? I ask myself that question all the time. Like, what the hell are we doing? Like just killing each other over the dumbest shit. Now, please, never mind just that. Good luck wearing jewelry in L.A. Jesus Christ, they just ran over some.
No.
They just hit some guy with a car the other day to get his
I
jewels
saw
off him.
that. Was the guy was it the video that
They
went out of
tried to rob
nowhere?
him and he ran and they drove up after him and hit him and hit him. He flew in the air like a Tekken character, and then they robbed him.
Jesus Christ.
Yo,
And the guy
it's
was wearing like a baklava and he was shirtless, right?
I think
Is that the
so.
video?
Well, I mean, it happens so frequently. Like I honestly can't. Like hate to say
It's
it,
like
but
which one?
yeah, it's like which one? Because they hit some lady in Beverly Hills. Like that's the thing. It's like they try to catch these people and they hit them with a car. Like I'm like, what the hell?
That's the
It's
thing. They
yeah,
try
you're
to
trying to
catch these
yeah, you're
people.
just like, oh my god, this is like some GTA shit. Like that's like
No, it really is GTA
LA
though.
is turning into real life GTA. You know they have GTA tours in LA.
Of course they do. I'm not surprised by this.
Like
This is the first
someone
time I'm hearing it, but I'm not
yeah,
surprised.
someone told me that they were going on one that was not from here, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And it's like, yeah, there's like GTA tours. That's embarrassing, yo.
Oh
That's
no, it's completely embarrassing.
like it's
It's
embarrassing.
completely embarrassing.
Like I live out here, and I'm getting my license to carry next year.
Yeah. No. You got to, bro.
I hate
Like,
to
why not?
do hey whatever. I hate to say it.
Let's go to the range. Listen. Let's go to the
Yeah,
range, man.
it's like that, like that.
Shit,
So mm,
nothing wrong with that.
I
I
gotta
support that. Black guns matter.
yeah.
Uh,
It sucks. Like you know what it is. It's like a necessary evil. It's like you. Hey, I'd rather be caught with
hey,
it. I'd rather be caught with it than without it.
there's nothing evil about guns, man. It's the the jackasses behind the gun. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh
Or the
no, I'm
smart
not.
people behind the
Well, I was
guns.
trying to explain that to. Well, I was trying to explain that to people where I was like, I'm not worried about somebody walking around open carrying because that tells me that they're licensed. I'm worried about these fools that are carrying it under their waistband. I'm more worried
who
about the.
shoot
I'm more worried
who
about
shoot
those.
themselves on accident,
Yo,
right?
big facts. And I'll tell you what, getting, I don't know if you've ever been shot at before, but when I was younger, I've been shot at and it's not funny. It's not cool. It's not like a rap video. It's nothing like that. It's scary as hell. Like,
Of
it
course.
is
Of
flat out
course.
scary as hell. So I'm like, nah, I'm all set. I had my, I've actually had my apartment shot up before.
Damn.
Yeah, I wasn't home. I
Thank
listen to this.
God.
I worked. Yeah, thank God is right. Yeah, I worked a 17-hour work day, bro. I remember this like it was yesterday. I worked seven. It was like this is back when I lived in Philly. I worked 2 jobs and a side job and whatever that side job could have, and I was at work all day. I come home, police tape all over the front of my spot.
Wow.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me, bro?" And then I looked, bullet holes in the front glass. I'm like, "Oh my God." And my neighbors saw the whole thing. So they were like, "Yeah, these
Wow.
dudes pulled up. There's like a couple Russian dudes pulled up in a
What
black
the
car." Yo,
fuck?
I'm not making this up. It was on my Facebook. Like, I think I posted on my Facebook or something like that like a while ago. But yeah, they were like a couple Russian dudes pulled. I lived in a Russian neighborhood, and I think what had happened was is they were going after my neighbor. I lived in a duplex, and my neighbor was a 2-bit drug dealer, and I'm thinking that they probably just didn't like his weak ass competition, and they mistook my place for his because I didn't see that
Jesus.
dude for quite some time after that happened, and I knew it.
Damn.
I'm like, I know they're looking for him, and I couldn't stand him either. I'd have given him up.
Nah,
I'm like
fuck
he's
that.
I'm like he's right back here. I'm sick of him too. My God.
Got your place shot
Yup.
up, man.
Yeah.
No,
Twice.
you got angels, bro. You got angels from that.
Bro, who you telling? All the time, man. Well, I'd like to think that, like, I like to think that I
You
have
must.
so many times, man, where I'm just like, okay, I just narrowly escaped this nonsense. Yeah. I think we all kind of have those incidents sometimes where we think we're not going to make it and we make it. And
Oh, trust me.
that gives you that
Trust me.
little
I've
wake up
had
call.
way too many. Well, my own regard of me putting myself in danger, and then out of nowhere, I look back at it and I'm like, wow, okay, well, I'm alive.
Yeah. And
That was
hopefully you learn
stupid.
from, yeah, that
Never
part.
gonna do that again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
It's a
You know,
scary thing.
really, that's the thing too, man. To kind of wrap it up too in a nice bow. It's like being able to look back at life and see where we are now, see where we're coming from, and just being grateful that we're still here, that we still have the opportunities to better ourselves, better our community,
Yep.
better our brothers and sisters. It's just such a blessing, man. It's such
Yeah.
a blessing, and it's um it's a God given gift. And I know we got angels around us and, you know, around our folks, man. And, really that's what it's about. Being grateful. Um, you usually ask me the questions, right? At the end and everything like that. And I kinda wanna, throw it all to you here,
Oh,
my
wow.
brother. Um,
Okay.
you know, if if you had the opportunity to look back at whatever age, and whatever situation, what would you tell yourself to be grateful for?
You know what? Opportunity. That's the thing. I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that I've gotten, and I'm grateful for all the people that have given me the opportunities, because without them, I wouldn't be here. And I hope that wherever I'm at, I've always helped to give somebody else opportunity. So that's what it is, man. Thank you.
Definitely, brother. On that, it's for myself. I'd have to say love, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that you've always been loved, no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether it's from a higher purpose, a higher power, or from an individual or a group, the love has always been there and always will be. So got love for the opportunity to, really build with you, my brother Kai,
Big
and
facts. I'm blessed as well too, man. Thank you. And,
definitely, definitely, Papa.
well, I'll
So
tell
if
you.
you would,
What's
go
that?
ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying no, but I was saying, listen, like you spit facts right there, my friend. So on that note, on the Deeper in the Skateboarding podcast, we are out.
Peace.